What's up everyone, it's Joey, Plus Response, and it is the end of 2022, so I've got my favorite gear of the year list for you guys. These are 10 pieces that I used a lot this year that didn't necessarily come out this year, but they're just what I got a lot of use out of and enjoyed. Starting off at number 10, the Make Noise qubit. This is not a new module for many of you, and I got it this year and reviewed it, and I've just been loving it. It's a beautiful sounding stereo filter with lots of cool effects for the stereo that just always has a pleasing and pleasant sound. No matter what you throw at it, it's never harsh. It just does the job well, and I've been using it a ton. Great piece from Make Noise. Excellent leap into stereo, especially with the addition of the stereo VCA. Check my review on that for more info. Number 9 is the Erica Synths and Sonic Potion LXR drum synth for Eurorack. I've been using this a ton since it came out. It's a fantastic little digital drum synth, almost like a mini machine drum for your Eurorack at a great price, and it just sounds really good. And honestly, it's become a staple in my setup. I did a review on it, and I've used it in many reviews since and many tracks. Super dope. Check that one out. Number 8 is the Steady State Fate and B2 Electronics Triptych. I have praised this one for ages now, and I will keep praising it until the day I die. It is a beautiful and fantastic sounding filter, comb filter, distortion, wave shaper with multiple routing options. It just rules. It is by far my favorite filter. I use it in every patch, every track. It is fucking awesome. Can't say enough about it. Number 7 is the Endorphins and Andrew Huang Ghost. This is an awesome end of chain processor for a Eurorack modular, almost like a digital analog heat in a way. It kind of filled a gap I was looking for because I wanted a stereo filter compression for my live rack, and I could not separately, and I could not find a set of modules that fulfilled each role that would fit within my already kind of spec'd out live rack. But here comes the Ghost to knock out 3 duties in one: reverb, filtering, compression, and also delay. So it fits right in. It sounds dope. The distortion is super nice. All the different kinds of distortion. I just think it's totally awesome, and it is going right in my live rack as soon as I do another gig. Just great. It's also been used on a bunch of tracks since I got it, so fantastic piece. Number 6 is the Qubit Nautilus. This is hands down my vote for best delay in Eurorack. Out of all the ones I've used, and I've used them all except the Strymon, I have to say, between sound, features, space, pricing, and everything, this is the one. Qubit have been on a roll with the Data Bender, the Aurora, now the Nautilus. These are 3 fantastic modules, but I give it up to the Nautilus because it's the one that's been the most useful so far. Honorary mentions to both the Data Bender and Aurora because I love both as well. I haven't reviewed the Data Bender, but I did review the Aurora. Anyway, check my review on the Nautilus. It's amazing. Just awesome. Number 5 is the Mystic Circuits iDum. This is a sort of probabilistic trigger and gate manipulator with many different algorithms for fucking with your gates, and it does exactly what I've been trying to do using several modules at once, which is just create variation on drum patterns in interesting ways with control over it all. It excels at that, and it can make crazy stuff and be performable, playable, without being too programming intensive, because it's really not at all. I used to use like a burst generator, a probability gate skipper, and a logic module just to do the shit that I do with this. And now it's all here in one module. I even think sometimes I should have 2 to run one into the other to get really crazy. Mystic Circuits iDum, totally awesome. Check out my review. Number 4 is the Xaoc Sophia. This gets my win for favorite oscillator of the year. It is unique, wonderful, beautiful sounding. There's nothing like it before or after. And it's just crazy. I can get so many strange tones out of it. It has a beautiful, pleasing sound. It takes nicely to distortion. I've used it in so many tracks. Every time I use it, it's full of surprises. Super fantastic. Number 3 is the ASM Hydra synth. I got this year, did a review, and I've been working on a sound set for it, and I am consistently impressed with the depth and quality of the sound engine. I think it sounds fantastic. The modulation potential is unparalleled. If you think about it, you have 5 envelopes, 5 LFOs. How many other synths on the market offer that besides, say, the Waldorf Quantum? It really is a modulation monster, coupled with the amazing sound and features, the cool way you can shape your wavetables up by picking 8 disparate waves. It's very well thought out. And I'm looking forward to my sound set coming out, and I've used it in a ton of tracks. It's awesome. Number 2, the Pulsar 23 from Soma. Everyone knows how awesome this thing is. I reviewed it. I dissed the kick. I still have the same opinion on the kick, that I don't think it is the best kick to have hard, bass-heavy techno music. If you look at it on an EQ curve versus something like the SSF Ultra Kick or the Analog Rhythm, it is missing a lot of low-end power. However, with that said, I think as a total package, as a semi-modular drum system, I think it's fantastic. It's, in comparison to building a similarly featured Euro rack, for example, it's much cheaper. And you can always layer the kick. I do use the kick on it layered with other things to get some nice transient and just overall kind of glue. I think the Pulsar is amazing. It continuously surprises me as well, and I've gotten so much good stuff out of it. Number one top spot for 2022 for me is the Korg ARP 2600M. This has become one of my favorite synths of all time. I fully expected to be not so impressed with the ARP because I've been using modular synths for ages. I had a Surge system, I've got this Euro rack, I had a Schwayman S1, you know, I've been through the kind of gamut of modular synths. I've played an original Moog modular and an original PPG modular, and they were like just okay for me, if I'm being honest, but something about the ARP really sticks out. The weird feature set, like noise is routed to PWM by default, which is kind of strange. I never even thought to do that. It sounds awesome. You have the selection of both filters, the spring reverb. The preamp gets amazing distortion. The way the interface is designed is really, it just lends itself to a playability that is not present in a lot of other synths. I like the sliders. I like all the preset routings. I like everything you can do. I like that you can fuck it up. Feedback is just a fantastically designed and wonderful sounding synth. It's gonna be in my setup forever. I love it to death. As always, I wanna say thank you to everyone who's supported me over the year. This channel has grown a lot, and I really appreciate everyone who's watching, commenting, subscribing to my Patreon, just supporting me. It's awesome. I want to wrap up by promoting a few new releases. I have a new digital EP on my label Megastructure called Shock Point. That's been out for a minute. I have a new cassette EP called Hypermania coming on Alessandro Nero's label Kind Crime Records. That's 3 original tracks from me, as well as 3 remixes from Mickey Knox, Fallhaber, and Metaraf. That should be out in a few days, cassette and digital. I also have a new full-length album from Conkers, my project with Saren. That's 8 tracks. The album is called Mind Stimulant, and it's available on vinyl and digital for sale on my Megastructure label, as well as Saren's XIMG label. And also, for Megastructure, XLV has a new cassette coming out called Spinal Landscape, also available on my Bandcamp. That'll be out December 2nd, along with Concourse. So check all those out. Bandcamp links and everything gonna be below. And check out my Patreon page. There's a lot going on there. Thank you if you've already been a subscriber, and thank you if you come to subscribe. I'm gonna have affiliate links for Perfect Circuit and Clockface Modular in the video description and pinned comment, where you can buy any piece of gear from there. And if you buy through that link, it'll also support me. So that will be wonderful. Thank you again for all your support this year. You guys mean the world to me, and I hope next year will be even better. Until next time, happy holidays. Peace out.